What's up, everybody? We back. Scotty White World Combat Sports. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hey, when you come in the room, smash that like button. We on and popping. Tay Golden War Jones, you there? You hear me there, Golden Warrior? Hey, Team Bomb Squad, you in? Hey, can you hear me, bro? What about now? I'm trying to wait for the Team Bomb Squad to come on deck, man. Be patient. I'm trying to link them up via my telecast. And we may just get the champ in here. We don't know. But give me a minute. It takes time. Sometimes. Hey, those of you that's tuning in, man, I'm just gonna kick it off while I'm in the process of getting Team Bomb Squad member on deck. For the first time. Sometime, people, if it's the first time that they're actually on here, it take a little bit or whatever. But I'm just waiting for him to drop in on this link. I sent him the link. Let me do it again. Now the word is, for what I'm gathering and what the headlines are saying, those of you that's um tuned in and everything, is that Anthony Joshua, through all the speculation and everything on how bad he was injured, receiving a concussion from everything, from Joy DeWeco, being knocked out and everything, that he is indeed picking up that rematch clause. Now, of course, hold on for a second. What's up, everybody? We back.
I can hear you, bro.
Skyway World Combat Sports. Okay, hold on for a second. Tay, you can hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro.
I'm just trying to get the echo out because I heard the echo too. So,
Yeah, that was my computer.
okay, cool. So, those of you that's tuned in, now that I have my guest on the line, appreciate everybody for stopping in World Combat Sports. I have the one and only Tay Golden Warrior Jones on deck. He's from Team Bomb Squad. When I say Team Bomb Squad, he's actually been knowing the WBC heavyweight champion for over about 15 years. So he's not a fan, he's actually a part of the team. How you doing there, Golden Warrior?
I'm good. How about yourself, sir?
I'm cool, man. I'm cool. Thanks for tuning in World Combat Sports, man. We're gonna chat it up on a plethora of topics today. Let's just jump right into what the headlines are talking about. Um, you know, you've been on the team with one of the hottest heavyweight champions in the game right now, the Bronze Bomber. How has that rise and how has the energy been since coming off that knockout of Dominique Brazil?
I mean, to be honest with you, it's everything that we expected. It's definitely everything that we expected. Um, it just took D to another platform. It definitely, rise his stock, and everybody complain about, the whole stock thing, things of that nature. But, I think people should be advised that, that's nothing that D really cares about. You know what I'm saying? Everything that he said he was gonna do, he did. You know what I mean? He knew that his stock was gonna rise. I remember one day D telling me, he said, bro, at the end of the day, it's all on God's timing. He knew it was gonna come. He just didn't know when. But what perfect timing is it now? You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's one thing that he told me. And right now, it's the perfect time. It came right on time. You can never question what's on time. What's on time is on time for you. You can never question God about it.
absolutely. It's always good to know that, man. And y'all been basically showing and proving. The Bronze Bomber's been calling out the best in the division, and he's been showing up to the bouts and basically going in there closing out his opponents in devastating fashion. Let those who's tuned in, man, from the outside looking in. How special is it, when it comes down to that team? Didn't you tell me that it's pretty much been a family since day one? Kind of give a little backstory on how you and Deontay met.
Me and Deontay, we met. Man, it's been long. It's been a while now. I was definitely getting ready to graduate college and college foot. I was playing college football and whatnot. And I just, like I told you before, I think I told you the story before. I don't really tell too many people, but we met back in Tennessee, Chattanooga, which is strange because that's why I went to school, that play college football, things of that nature. And you know, we met at camp. He came up there for a camp. He was supposed to be a special guest. Not only did he come as a special guest, but he came and trained and did try to do some sparring, but it didn't work out like that. But he definitely did train with us. It definitely did inspire me. But just telling the story, man. We met, man, and I remember my coach at the time, Coach Andy Smith up in Chattanooga, Tennessee. He was like, "Hey, man, we got somebody at the gym. They might be in your weight class because I was a little heavy back then at that time." I said, "Okay, cool." Now, keep in mind, he never told me any of the accolades or anything. He never told me he was a bronze medalist. Never told me anything. So I get to the gym, I see D. I think they was out in the garden. So I take a picture. I was like, okay, he's skinny. You can't hurt me too bad. It won't be too much because I was big myself back then. Shit, I was wrong. I was
Yeah.
wrong, and I think we might have gotten the ring all but 3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? He hit me with a jab. Shit, I got the hell out of there. You know what I mean? But it's just funny, but that's how we met, man. And Ashley D met me at my one of the lowest, darkest moments of my life. You know what I mean? And I think I believe I text D one day, and I was just like, man, I really appreciate you, bro, because D could have just very well said, man, what does he mean to me? How does he value me? You know what I mean? Like I could have never meant anything to him. But he never did that. You know what I mean? From day one, after we, trained and everything, we went to go hang out. We went downtown Chattanooga, and we just stayed in contact ever since. You know what I mean? Even before coming champion, I think at the time I think D only had like 18, possibly lower than that. I don't even think D
Wow,
was in the
18
20.
bouts. That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all been knowing each other a while.
yeah. It's been a long time. That's what I'm saying. It's been a long time. I don't think he had more than 20 fights at the time that we met. But the thing about it is, I knew he was gonna be champion. I seen how hard he worked. You know what I mean? I remember, the stories that he told. For him sleeping in the truck. You know what I mean? And sleeping in the truck that he drove for work, which I think he worked at either Pepsi or Budweiser. It was one of them. And he would go sleep in the truck right after he get off work and then go train. You know what I mean? Not too many people do that. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
he motivated me. Like I said, we met a long time ago. We hung out, and it's crazy how that energy. Like D say, he can feel energy. I guess he felt my energy the same way I felt his back then at that moment. And we just stayed close, man. We just came brothers, and he always supported me from day one, even for my career. Even when I was in the amateurs, bro, you can do it. And like I told you before, man, and I don't really tell too many people everything that we got going on, but I can enlighten people, man. But a lot of people don't know D is not a negative person. You know what I mean? And I hate when people take the things that he say wrong, and the little quote that he made saying he wanted to catch a body and things of that nature. I mean, that's just the bronze bomber talking, and people might be like, well, he's delusional. Not hell no, that's not the case. People got to understand that boxing is a combat sport. You know what I mean? Shit, like you gotta the same way with me. If I'm talking to one of my homies, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. I'm quite sure everybody in the world do that in the combat sports. You know what I mean? But D, he's vocal. You know what I mean? He real. He gonna say what he feel. You know what I mean? He's his own boss. You know what I mean? So I don't see how people get that all mixed up and misconstrued. You know what I mean? But that's D though, man. And like I said, we met, and it been brotherhood ever since. You know what I mean? I was introduced to everybody else, and and crazy thing about it, me and Chris, which is his bodyguard and also his assistant, me and Chris went to college together. My very first year, I was a freshman. You know what I mean? And we played football together. So, this just didn't happen by mistake, or it didn't happen overnight. And Joy, a lot of people don't know it. Joy is his strength conditioning coach. Well, Joy knows my uncle. You know what I mean? One of the biggest guys in Miami. You know what I mean? So like I say, man, all this, it happens. God brought all us together for a reason. You know what I mean? And it couldn't be a better team than we have. You know what I mean? We're not like everybody else. You know what I mean? We keep to ourselves. We rarely go out. We're really homebodies. We don't bother nobody. And we all positive men. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And like I said before, when we met, I think that positive energy was just there. You know what I mean? And
Hey,
there's
Tay,
nothing that you can take. Yes,
let me
sir.
let me tell the people a little bit about like when I initially met, Golden Warrior Jones. He was fighting on a local card down here in GA, right? And Wilder was inbound that night along with Tony Harrison. That also was a celebrity. But that's one of the first time I actually met Tay Golden Warrior Jones. He was one of the only fighters in there with his Golden Warrior mask on, ready to go to the battlefront. And he was seriously in character, yo. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't taking this for no game. He was there in full uniform, ready to do business, ready to go to the center square and get that work in. So when I initially was on the phone with the promoter for that bout, I said, hey, he was turning me on to Tay Jones. He said, this is one of the fighters that's going to be on there. He's part of Team Bombzquad. And I met him for the first time. I said, it's good that Deontay, you know, um, being that, he's a top tier fighter, he has these fighters that he's looking for on the grassroots side of the house. And Tay said, all us top tier. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Everybody on the team top tier. You know what I'm saying? That's how he rolled, man. He keep
Yeah,
it
yeah.
straight and square to the point, man. And that was a funny moment right there for real. You know what I'm saying? He just basically said everybody on the team top tier.
Everybody on the team talks, man. Nobody's lagging behind. Nobody. It is. We all gonna pick each up and we gonna roll the punches. It is, and I said that from the beginning. After that fight, when Deontay came to see me fight and perform, put on the show, I think you interviewed him first, and then once I was in the back, you interviewed me.
Yeah.
What's crazy? The crazy part about interviewing both of us at separate times was the same.
Yeah.
We both said the same thing initially. Like it's a family
Hey, you
thing,
going
man.
in and out, man. Your microphone, your signal going in and out.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to get in a stable place. I stay over here by the airport, well, close to the airport. But yeah, D, man, like I say before, man, D, he's just one of those guys, where everybody, we work together. If somebody is down, we're gonna pick them up. For the most part, we always gonna stay positive, no matter what. We always gonna stay positive.
Hey, talk about the lead up recently. I know you was on FaceTime. You had the opportunity to be on FaceTime a little bit with Anthony Joshua prior to his bout with Andy Ruiz. So I just want to ask you this. Seeing Anthony Joshua go in there and the aftermath that took place, what is your assessment and reaction to what went down with Anthony Joshua?
Well, like you said, you just said that I was on FaceTime with him. One of our UK brothers, one of our UK brothers, man. He knows Anthony Joshua. Actually, he actually knew us first, and then of course, when one champion sees somebody else from their own country see someone else with another crew that's American, they probably won't take that very well, and I believe that's why Joshua came around to him and can and introduce himself to him. But I just so happened to call my UK brother at that time. I was out. I just had watched the interview. I was actually watching the game, but I was looking at an interview on YouTube where Joshua was talking or whatever, and it I was just listening to him and Eddie talk. That's all they do is talk. But I called Nas, and just so happened Joshua was standing right there. And so when he picked up the phone, I instantly showed him my shirt. Of course, the same shirt that I got on. Well, not the same shirt, but it was a different color. But I had to show him that logo. Like, don't take it the wrong way. Because we want you, brother. We want you, and that's what I said to him. I said, bro, we want you. When you gonna make it happen? He said, soon, brother, soon. I said, nah, man, I'm dead. I'm dead ass for real. When we gonna make it happen? His exact words was, Ruiz is my main focus right now, but we'll get it done soon. But I was, me, man, I don't have no filter. I was just like, bro, we want this. You playing.
Mm-hmm.
But my assessment on Joshua, man.
Do you think he could recover from that, man? Because there's a lot of speculation that's on the surface right now
I
that he was
mean,
he was knocked out by Joey DeWeco in sparring, and he was down in Miami. He had other distractions, now that they're saying he may enact his rematch clause in November, do you think that'll be enough time for him to come back like the Lennox Lewis's, you know what I'm saying, of his pastime, to come back and avenge this upset that they compare him to Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson?
Me personally, man, I'm not a negative person. I hope that he come back.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that he come back. But do I think he's going to come back? I don't think he'll come back and fight Ruiz. It'll be his first fight back. I don't think that he'll come and fight Ruiz his first fight back. However, I do want him to come back, because, man, what he exemplified on Saturday night, man, that's not a heart of a champion at all. I mean, that
True.
man quit.
Yeah.
That man quit, man. I don't care how, if somebody say it was a TKO or he wasn't knocked out. I don't care about that. He quit. Anytime anybody, I think Earl Spence said it the best, man. I read a tweet where he said, when you walking back to your neutral corner and you looking outside the ring, pretty much looking at your cornerman like, are you going to stop this? Man, that's a sign of a quitter. That's saying I want out. No mas. No mas. That's what he's pretty much saying. So in my eyes, man, I hope he come back. Like just like Deontay, he influenced Tyson Fury to come back. So I hope Joshua come back. I hope he hear this, and I'm quite sure he probably will. As much as they do all their research on YouTube and all that good stuff they be doing anyway, I hope he do hear this. I hope he do come back. But do I think he's gonna come back? I don't think he's gonna come back and fight Ruiz right off the bat. But they say it's a rematch clause, November, December. Fine, that's perfect. But now that you got a lot to prove, you know what I mean? You got a lot to prove, because it's rumors and speculation saying that he had a sports psychologist before the fight. Man, only fighter I know of that had a sports psychologist is Mike Tyson, and I believe that's because his trainer was it Cuss? I think that's his trainer name.
Are you back? Okay.
I think that his trainer, you know what I mean? Like, I think his trainer had passed away, and you had Mike Tyson had a sports psychologist. If I'm correct, I might be mistaken, I may be wrong, not perfect, but at the same time, I do remember that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I do remember that. So I mean, I don't know, man. The man had to have a sports psychologist. Not only that, he was embarrassed on TV. It's hard to come back from stuff like that. It's your first fight in the US. Your first fight. You supposed to be all hype. You know what I mean? You supposed to be this the bad guy. You supposed to be you 6'5", you 240. You the prototype heavyweight that everybody looking at. Man, come on,
Hey,
man.
let me ask your reaction on this there, Tay, being that you're around the champ a lot. He was there in 2017 when Anthony Joshua, was facing Vladimir Klitschko in Wembley,
Mm-hmm.
90,000 seated, watching the fight. Deontay was ringside. He was commentating. So I
Right.
really don't understand why Joshua took on the attitude he did with not wanting the Bronze Bomber in the building anymore, being that he was there for the big fight. But do you believe that Joshua was truly a little bit optimistic about taking the fight with the Bronze Bomber?
Yeah, I do. Man, come on, man. Like, we know every opposition that has happened. We went I think 4 months in negotiation with these boys, man. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I mean, like D said, man, ain't no little boys over here. It's no
Yeah.
little boys. It's no little boys over. Everybody, we're all grown men. So when you come to the table, come as grown men. Don't come playing around. And this, honestly, I honestly do think that AJ wanted to fight. I do, but I don't think it was up to AJ. See, AJ's not his own boss.
Yeah.
AJ's not his own boss. So I feel like Eddie Hearn, Eddie Hearn was behind all of this, and to make it even more crazier, man. To make it even more crazy, and I can put this out here because I don't care. They can't say nothing, do nothing to me. But what a lot of people don't know is, I think I told you this. Eddie Hearn blocked me back in 2000. Was it? I think it was 2017. Eddie Hearn blocked me 2017 on Twitter for something that he said. I forgot who was fighting. But he said something between the lines of, uh, Deontay Wilder didn't want to fight AJ because he got to fight Dillian White or something. It was something crazy. It was something between the lines or something like that. But what he don't know is I had already knew the story, but you got to keep in mind, Eddie Hearn at that time had over 1 million followers. Out
Mm-hmm.
of 1 million followers, there's one guy who knows exactly what he's talking about and happened to be me. Out of 1 million followers, why did Eddie Hearn choose to say something back to me? Because he knows I knows the truth and he knows I know what I was talking about when I was writing him back and forth. We didn't just exchange one message. It was like maybe 10 different tweets that went out between me and Eddie Hearn. And at the end of the day, he blocked me because I was speaking facts. You know what I mean? I was speaking facts. So I
Let
do
me
think
ask you
that
this, man. Let me ask you this, Tay, right quick. Like a lot of people, whenever these groups are having talking points and everything about that 2018 back and forth from the 12 million flat, 15 million and so forth. Hey, talk about that 50 million because a lot of people want to believe that it never was something that came into fruition as being real. It was trying to say it was just good for TV type stuff, you know. But talk about and tell the fans what you know about that 50 million that was presented once Joshua said, "Okay, give me 50 million, I'll fight tomorrow."
like these said, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Be careful what you ask for. You blatantly came out and say, hey, if it's like that, I'll take 50 million. Boom, 50 million. Boom. It was real. It was no play about that. Hey man, Bob, what's the guy? Frank Warren, I think it was Frank Warren. Frank Warren even confirmed it too. Frank Warren confirmed it too. Nobody's over here playing with that boy, man. We wanted that boy. We wanted him. Because one thing we do know, we was real the whole time. We was real the whole time. We knew he was a paper champion. Everything that boy has earned, everything that boy got, it was given to him. Everything D, I know for a fact, everything that D got is earned. I know that for a fact. Ain't no doubt about that. Ain't no doubt about it.
Speaking about paper champion, Deontay Wilder's tweet that went out following the loss of, one of the biggest upsets sets in heavyweight boxing history. He mentioned in quote, he said he wasn't a true champion. His whole career was consisted of lies, contradictions, and gifts, facts. And now we know who was running from who to this day. That was from the champion, Deontay Wilder via Twitter. That's what he's been saying a lot.
It's true. It's true. You look at the Olympics. You look at the Olympics because it was in his backyard. You know, you supposed to have when he lost that fight, he's eliminated. But
Yeah.
somehow, guess what? He that in his backyard, he's still fighting. You know what I mean? He's still fighting. Deontay, he wasn't no big time. He couple amateur fights and then went on to the Olympics. But after that, he had to grind his way back up. Right after that, I think in a couple, I forget how many exactly fights it was. He was in the title fight. Actually, Joshua was in the title fight coming out of the Olympics. A couple fights down the line, right into a title fight. So all this stuff was given. Deontay climbed his way up the ladder and fought Bermain Stavern. Then this thing I know, he's fighting Charles Martin. But hey, look, man, like I say, it's a lot that goes into this. It's a lot of things that people don't know. I remember when Joseph Parker was at the fight, I think it was Birmingham. Yeah, he came to the fight at Birmingham. You know what I mean? He came to the fight in Birmingham. I'm thinking that, hey, maybe Joshua, and I'm not Joshua, but maybe Deontay and Joseph Parker about to get it on for another belt, unification bout. You see what way he went.
Yeah.
You see what way he went. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people do not know this. Deontay was going. Upon facing Bermain Stavern. Klitschko wanted to. Klitschko wanted to fight Bermain Stavern. Deontay like, no, I'm gonna fight him. Then once I fight him, then we can fight. But guess who Klitschko went and fought? He went to go fight Joshua. You see those? Nobody wanted to give a D a shot because they already know what's gonna happen. They know what's gonna happen. Nobody. These boys ain't crazy, man. Trust me, these boys ain't crazy. Now they talking about Dillian White. Guess what? Dillian White, guess what? He was just in the same room with Deontay, about a month or two ago?
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't say a fucking word, man.
I heard I was speaking to the fight fans the other day and I was telling them how Dillian White was just speaking with the UK media And every time he speak about Deontay Wilder, he call him a coward. But yet, he hasn't had the opportunity. He's the one that went in there earlier and fought Joshua and was knocked out. But yet Dominique Brazil, who went in there months after him and fought Joshua and was stopped, he ended up getting the title shot. He ended up stepping in there with the bronze bomber. And we all saw what happened with that.
Right. But look, like I say, Dillian White, all he's doing is running his mouth. Like I just told you, we was in the same room. Everybody in the same room. Dillian White was, see, he over in the corner like a little bitch. In the corner. But I feel like it's like D say, walk it how you talk it, big dog.
Yeah.
You doing all these shows, you doing all this talking, all this barking, but you ain't do it in front of, man. I tell you what, I tell you this. Anytime somebody say they want to fight D, I've never, I mean, long as I've been around D, plenty of fighters I done seen. These boys don't say they don't say shit when D walk in the room because they know it's real. They don't say nothing, none of them, and I'm a witness. They don't say nothing.
And let me give a shout out to the ones who tuned in. Life Love, shout out to you. Salute. Sports 101, Retro or Die 79. Thank you all for tuning in. The great one. Let's read some comments. Say AJ fighting one fight a year and he lost. Dillian White don't want that smoke. We already know that. His time is coming. The talk is going to catch up to his ass very soon. 24 came in the building. Salute to you. Say Dillian Day is coming. He will feel the right hand of judgment. Do you feel that Dillian White, in a sense, he was up there campaigning for Eddie Hearns initially? You remember when he was calling out Deontay after his fight, I believe, with Lucas Brown, and he was like, Deontay, where you at? Let's go. And no one really bought into it there, Tay. You know what I'm saying? So after the little energy that he had died down and no one really latched on to him, being the next one in line for the bronze bomber, he just went by the wayside. So,
man, if you ask me personally, the way how I seen negotiations and everything was going, I felt like Eddie Hearn was putting Eddie Hearn was putting Dillian White in between the two. Well, you fight Dillian White, then you can fight Joshua.
correct.
Who died and made Eddie Hearn God?
Yeah.
It don't work like that. It
That's
don't
what happened when you tied down contractually at
right.
the ankles and the wrists.
Right. It don't work like that, man. So guess what? Now D say, well, shit. Well, Dillian White, you fight Luis Ortiz, then we can fight. You can fight me. Guess what? Did he do it? Hell no.
No.
But see, there ain't no. But some people don't understand. It ain't no fun when the rabbit ain't got no. When the rabbit don't have a gun, it ain't no fun then, huh?
Yeah.
No, you know what I'm saying. So, man, Dillian White, man, guess what? I heard and we hear he's still talking. He's gonna get what he asked for, and I'm gonna tell you this, and everybody know it. Once you fight D for the first time, and he annihilates your ass and put you on that mat, you ain't never the same after that. Because I'm telling you, his punches a different kind. Believe me.
I was telling the fight fans, being in the Barclays, y'all, the energy was different over there in NYC. That was my first time actually seeing the bronze bomber step in the square, man. You know what I'm saying? A fighter who's knocked out all his opponent. And I'm telling you, the team, the whole entire week, man, they was rolling as a squad. And as I said before, when I was posted near the shoot, and if you look at Showtime All Access, you'll see Golden Warrior, Tay Golden Warrior Jones in that formation. And when you see the champ step up to the shoot and walk out to fight Dominique Brazil, I'm telling you, man, it was like they was in battle formation, man. All of them came in there together. You had Marcellus, Deontay's brother, you had Chris Security, all of them rolled in there in like battle formation, man. It was epic. It was electric, man. For real.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Like I say, man, with D, it's always with him. It's like the king is coming. You know what I'm saying? The king is coming. And what comes along with the king? You know, what comes along with the kings, his warriors. You know what I mean? We warriors, and that's just not that's all of us though. You know what I mean? That's all of us. And D said from the beginning, and I heard D say the night before, man. When we was doing shakeout, I heard D say, "This is not a vacation. This ain't a vacation for nobody. And if you think it's a fucking vacation, you can get the fuck on.
Yeah.
This is serious business." And D said that the night before. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, man, it's serious business. Nobody's on vacation. It might seem like we're on vacation because we some of the team here, some of the team there. That's on our downtime. But when it's time to work, it's time to work.
Hey, speaking of work there, Tay, you know, what do you have to say about the people who, pretty much, we give salute, man. We give a salute to Andy Ruiz, the first Mexican heavyweight ever, and also the unified heavyweight Mexican unified heavyweight champion. But Life Love asked from the chat if Wilder will fight Andy Ruiz sometime soon. Like, I already know who he has signed up. He has Luis King Kong Ortiz next, and then he signed on to Tyson Fury. Now that the belts are over there with Al Heyman, do you think we may see the Bronze Bomber in there with Andy Ruiz?
Uh, me personally, if I'm Al Heyman, um, I'll let Andy Ruiz have his time right now. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Give him a couple fights. He is the first Mexican heavyweight champion. Fight what's that in Mexico? Fight in
Mm.
Texas. Fight in what part of California? I forget what kind of part of California has a lot of Mexicans. They have a lot of fights out there. But that's what I would do if I'm Al Heyman. I'll let him live. But I ask D the same thing myself. You know what I mean? Like, bro, hey, bro, we can go ahead and go get this popping, get it popping right now. But like D say, man, it's no rush. You know what I'm saying? Like D say, it's no rush. You know what I'm saying? It's not a rush. Um, let Andy Ruiz have his time because it's his time right now. But if I'm Al Heyman right now, man, I will at least let him enjoy that moment because I'm telling you, once that country boy from Alabama get them belts, baby. Yes, you can see they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, yeah.
They ain't going nowhere.
And
They ain't
I
going nowhere.
understand that, Deontay Wilder, he did put out a tweet congratulating Andy Ruiz on his victory, being the new champion and
Yeah,
everything. And he was pretty much saying what you just caveat to. He's gonna let him have his time. He's gonna focus on King Kong Ortiz.
he is. He's focused on King Kong Ortiz. King Kong Ortiz. Although he did say, he's a little disturbed by Deontay making a statement saying that he's fighting Tyson Fury. And he's focused and he's ready to do it. Man, listen, don't just because D did that, don't. I hate when people try to buy into. Oh, he looking past King Kong. D ain't looking past King Kong. He looking through him. He looking through him. Yeah, he
Yeah,
looking through him, but he ain't looking past King Kong. You know what I'm saying? I know D. You know what I mean? I know my brother. You know what I mean? He definitely looking through him because he gonna punch through his ass too. Promise you that. But man, you get D 2 times to fight you, bro. It's gonna be worse than the first time. And it's already been proven with Stavern. And like D said, he wanted to leave him ass up, face down. I mean, what face down, ass up? Shit,
yeah.
he was. He left his ass face down, ass up. He did. So and trust me, D. I know how D feel about this fight. People want to talk about the 15-second or the 10-second, however many. I don't even think it was that much if you ask me. But I it's that was a New York rule. You know what I mean? So I mean, there's nothing D can do about that. But what's the word I'm looking for? Since it's so much people saying this or people saying that, get what? We'll just fight it. We'll just do it again. But this time, he's gonna do it in a dramatic fashion. And if you ask me, I seen King Kong last 2 fights. I let no last 3 fights. He knocked out 2 of them, and he went the distance in the last one. I see something.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter myself. I see something. This fight won't last past 3 rounds. Watch what I tell you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing him getting back in there. And that's why I appreciate and support the champ 100%, because he is calling out the best, man. He is fighting the best. And, he has a lot of day one. His team is tight. He's a family person. I hear a lot of people saying, Andy Ruiz, he's a family man. Deontay, he has a family too. He's that dude, man, that's approachable in natural environment, in a natural environment on the grassroots level of fights. Like you can walk up to him and ask, say, how you doing, champ? And he will acknowledge your presence. He's not going to have himself surrounded with security, and he's unapproachable, and he's not going to respond to you. He'll take a picture. He'll give you the bomb squads to this day. And I'm telling you, more of the US fans and the global fans should fall behind, man. And I mean, get beside and support the champ. You know what I'm saying? Because he's that guy. He's not fake at all. He doesn't even
Man,
give you no indication that he's fake. So
man.
tell me this right here.
Mhm.
King Kong Ortiz, that fight's going down. You say it's pretty much probably not going to go past 3.
Mhm.
How do you feel about now? Deontay go in there and close him out in 3, Tay.
Mhm.
What's the excuse gonna be? King Kong aged another 3 years, from the first time they fought. What's the excuse gonna be this time, man?
Man, I just want before I get into that, I want to piggyback off what you said about being Deontay being a real person. Um, man, I like I said, I've seen like even you saw even when Deontay came to my fight, you seen this man take time out of his day, to come all the way to my fight, which was in Atlanta. From Tuscaloosa to Atlanta is maybe with 2.5, 3 hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He drove and on top of that, he was in camp. You know what I mean? I remember being in the back room, like I really didn't know D was coming, but I did, I did text him and ask him, if you was coming, who will all be coming, so I can have everything set up for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Yeah, I
mean? I
remember that.
even called, I even called him earlier that day. I didn't know where he was. You know what I mean? And that's how D move. D don't tell you shit. D can be in California one day and 8 hours later, he'd be like, bro, let's go get something to eat. He'd be like, damn, I thought you was just over. You know what I mean? That's just how he move. You know what I mean? He don't tell you his every move. That's not how he move. He's very peaceful guy. But for us, Deontay, and you seen for yourself, the man was signing autographs. He left camp, come to my fight. That's one. He was signing autographs, damn for everybody who was in the building that day.
Yeah.
And then you say that he signed autographs for fans, man. I mean, we can be in the mic. It don't matter. He gonna take a picture with you. Hell, we've been out a couple times. People want to get a picture. People want autographs. He always does it. But you don't hear the fight fans talk about how fan friendly he is though. You never hear that. But only thing they can say is, oh, he gonna throw wild punches, or it's gonna be windmill, or this or third. When are y'all gonna get this man his flowers?
Yeah. That's
When are
true.
y'all gonna get this man his cape? When are y'all gonna get this man his crown? Because he's showing y'all each and every time he step out in the ring. And he's talking it, he's walking it, he's backing up everything he's saying. And if he don't back up everything he's saying, he coming down show close.
He
Damn
is,
show
man.
close. So
That's true.
and I don't understand the fans. I don't understand the fans, man, because the, and I'm not even trying to compare it to Joshua, man. But man, come on, man. You some of the things that D do, you're not gonna get that from Joshua, man. And I get irritated with people
Nope.
saying Joshua this, Joshua that. Man, that shit is made up. Them boys buying they buying press. You know what I mean? Them boys buying press over there. We ain't doing all that. So what if we had 3, 4 thousand people at a press conference and they had 50,000? Who gives a fuck? All that shit was press, man. All that shit was bought. We ain't doing. We real. We real. And that's the only way. That's the only way it's supposed to be, man. You know what I mean? We want bought. Man, come on, man. We real, bro. You see it for yourself. You've been around. You see it for yourself. It's none of that fake stuff, man. D gonna talk to everybody. Gonna chill with everybody. You know what I mean? If he don't like what you say, he gonna let you know I don't like what you said. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Signing an autograph. You start doing too much, he gonna let you know. I seen it done myself. We was matter of fact, we was in New York. Dude, you know what I'm saying? I guess he could try to get beside himself, ask D to sign it. D did sign it. Then he want D to hold the picture up there. No, bro, because now you're doing too much. Because I know what your motives is behind that. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But see, D a real motherfucker. He gonna tell you when you wrong. He gonna tell you when you right. You know what I mean? He's just a real dude, man, real genuine dude at that. And for some reason, man, I don't think some of the boxing fans respect it. You know, at least the ones who pretend. I mean, not the ones who pretend, but the ones who don't like, supposedly not liking Wilder. But I feel like the ones who supposedly don't like Wilder is the main ones who love him. My, to be honest, like at the fight, I hear a guy. It was so funny, man. I was so funny, man. It was a guy who was sitting behind me and DJ Clue, man. Dude said, "Man, I don't even like Wilder. He couldn't even get the Wilder part all the way out. I don't even like Wilder. Whoa, he, what you screaming for? See, now they had to get me off him because I felt that was disrespectful. You just said you don't like this man. Now you're celebrating his victory. Which one is it?
I know, man. It just seems like some of these fans, man, they're just not confident enough to get behind someone who's giving them everything they want and need in a heavyweight champion. It's like Wilder said when I was at his fight camp. He said it's all about falling and getting back up. A lot of people want to see you fall, but some of these people that fall, they just don't know how to get back up. And the times I done seen him and I done seen y'all, the whole entire team is the same way. You know what I'm saying? I can't just make up something that isn't true. Even his brother Marcellus, a lot of people was on here and they was talking about Marcellus being stopped in his last fight. When I saw Marcellus the first time, that dude gave me an interview. He wasn't rude about it. He wasn't disrespectful. And we talked about his last fight. I haven't posted it yet. We talked about his last fight, and he was just keeping it 100 from start to finish. He said how it went down, what he's going to do next, and everything. So I'm not sure why you all find it so easy. Not you all as the ones that's tuning in. I'm just saying some of these fans out here. You find it so easy to the pinpoint negative targets on Deontay Wilder and his people that he rolled with, his family. I just don't get it because I'm gonna be absolutely 1,000 with you. I've never seen it, and I've seen him on several occasions already. Like he don't know me from anyone else. I've never seen it from the first time I met him.
Right, right. And like in Celos, man, Celos, it's easy to get along with Celos. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get along with Celos. And like you said, the first time you seen him, he gave you an interview. He talked about everything. He ain't nonchalant, but that's with everybody in the squad, though. Everybody. And the crazy part that bothers me the most is the fact that and I know and I know it might just be boxing. Is the fact that we in NYC and the people who don't even fight, but we see their face on TV, is more stuck up in their ways than the people who actually are in the sport, who's making a name or trying to make a name for themselves. How is that possible? I mean, and we ain't even talking Joshua. We just talking about other individuals in boxing as well. But you come around Bombzquad, everybody gonna talk. You know what I mean? We had a conversation. I think Coach Jay. I said, "Hey, Coach Jay, this such and such. World Combat Sports. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Coach Cud, this World Combat Sports. Hey, how you doing?" I mean, everybody delightful, pleasant, pleased, speaking to you. Talking to you, having conversations with you. No bad blood, Malik Scott. You know what I mean? I can't leave bro out. Jamarcus. You know what I mean? Lack. All those guys, man. Like everybody in the squad, man, is all pleasant. Everybody have gratitude. Everybody, we exemplify what we would make D a little bit. You know what I mean? Make D look good. You know what I'm saying? We will rectify to make D look good. You know what I mean? Like how does it look well with D out here being pleasant, delightful to all these fans, and he got the crew looking like asshole? No, we represent D.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why the circle's so tight, man. And honestly, now the circle got to be. I think I texted D like 2 nights ago. The circle got to be tighter than it was ever now. Because guess what? Now they hopping off Joshua bandwagon and hopping on Tyson Fury's. And if they don't like Tyson Fury, guess who else bandwagon they jumping on all of a sudden? The Bomb Squad.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We love all the fans. I promise you we do. D love all his fans. But just for us, people want to come in the circle and things of that nature, man, we full. We full force the circle wild, but D love his fans. Trust me, he really do. He
Let me,
really do. He love his fans.
hey Tay, that's a good point. Let me address some of the members that's in. Mississippi King said Deontay Wilder is a real champion. People like um fake shit nowadays. Um, to this day. Matthew Valentine said AJ versus Ruiz only had 5,000 views. Wilder had 1 million. The real fans appreciate Wilder. What you got to say about that, man?
Yeah, I'm reading that now. I think what's his name? Matthew Valentine said that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, AJ verse only had 5,000. Shit, you know what? It's crazy that you say that because I think I was leaving the gym. I think I was just leaving the gym maybe like what 3 hours ago, and I seen that. I had no idea they only had 5,000 views. If they only had 5,000 views, then
That failed miserably. It's no way. It's no way. Just say Joshua come back and he win the belts. Okay. Supposedly he's gonna run it back in November. Just say Joshua come back and he win the belts. It's no way to what his performance was over here in the US as far as the numbers goes, and his in-ring performance, the lack thereof, he's gonna come close to demanding 50-50.
hell nah. Why I'm gonna give you? Why, man? No. If I'm Ruiz, I'm not giving you no 50-50. And we just did 5,000 views. But now I can't say the views are gonna go up because people gonna want to see the rematch. That I can't say. If it is a rematch, people gonna want to see if Joshua can bounce back. If
Now
you
I was
ask
talking
me,
about 50-50 with Wilder.
oh no, hell no, hell no. Why are we doing 50-50?
Yeah, I'm just saying, how Eddie Hearns was always forcing the narrative, you know, um, it's no way in hell we do 50-50 with the Bronze Bomber. No
Right.
way. He don't deserve it. He don't deserve this. All the offers that they ever presented to Deontay was that flat fee type stuff.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. I mean, it definitely. I mean, it definitely won't be 50-50 now. If I can't speak for Big Bro, you know what I mean, and I'm not gonna sit here and speak for Big Bro. But if I was Deontay, if I was in my brother's shoes, it definitely would not be 50-50. Why would it be 50-50? My brother, you just lost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just lost, and that's almost the same thing with the Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather situation. I think it was like 50-50 talk at first or something like that, and Pacquiao around got knocked out by Marquez.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it could have been 50-50 number then, but he got fucked around knockout. Then not only that, Joshua just messed around and TKO and he quit. So I mean, no, why would if I'm my brother, if I could speak for my brother, which I'm not going to, so I'm gonna just put myself in his shoes, just myself. If it was me, why would I do a 50-50 with you? I don't give a damn if you did win the belts back. So what? I can't do it. I'm not gonna do a 50-50 with you. Cause you already, first of all, I went on negotiations with you for 4 months that you know what I'm saying, kept using you use and abuse my name. You was clout chasing my name. I went to negotiations with you 4 months. Not only that, what a lot of people don't know, and Deontay FaceTime the dude. Deontay did get on FaceTime with him, and he acted like he didn't want to talk. He had to have a mediator. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, now all of a sudden Joshua want to sit. No, 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 no. I'm tired of you using my name. I'm tired of using my name. I'm tired of Eddie Hearn saying everything he can possibly say negative about me. Oh, I'm only doing 6,000 views. Oh, I'm selling 6,000 tickets. Every time he says something, 6,000. It's
Yeah.
6,000.
Yeah.
But hey, look, how funny is this? You just told me they only have 5,000, but Eddie always screaming out 6,000. But shit, if I'm doing 6,000 and they doing 5,000, guess what? I'm still doing $1,000, 1,000 more better than they
Yeah.
ass.
That's real talk. The great one said, that's how hospitality and humbleness that you learn from your grandma when you're growing up. Valentine said old media will be hopping on Team Bombzquad to this day. Valentine also mentioned Povetkin only had 15,000 views, and that Povetkin fight, just to mention it, it was in the Wembley. That was part of the 2-fight Wembley deal that Hearns just threw in there, trying to booster Anthony Joshua's, Wall Street, and they did poorly. I mean, I'm talking about Alexander Povetkin, who's a repeat drug offender and
Right.
popping positive on tests. I mean, that's the way it, and a lot of rumor mill is that Anthony Joshua was feeling some type of way. He wasn't as strong as he looked real sloppy because they have all these therapeutic exemptions across the pond that they can, kind of get away with taking certain substances. So when they had to come over here, when Joshua had to come over here to the US and get that bottle testing, he had to get off of it.
Hey man, hey, I'm gonna just stop you right there. It's funny that you say that because I've been saying that for a long time, and now I'm not because I don't never say any names, but me personally, I always thought he was on it. I always thought he was on it. Now Deontay been saying for a long time that a lot of these guys, some of y'all, just for the fans, not you, but some of the fans, some of y'all other favorite fighters are on it too. You know what I mean? So this is something I've been knowing for a long time. I remember when Deontay fought. I think it was he fought in Puerto Rico, so it might have been our brother Malik Scott. I think it was, if I ain't mistaken. But Joshua was there. Joshua was small as hell. Okay, and I think that was like Joshua was real small. And I think about a year or two later, I seen him fighting Charles Martin. I said, "Damn, how he got that big."
Yeah, he
Now,
was.
ain't no way in hell you can put on 40, 50 pounds of muscle within a year or two span. I don't
Joshua
give
was
a damn
yoked.
which. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no way in hell. Ain't no way. I don't give a damn how much weight you how much weight you lifting. Ain't no way in hell you doing that. You did, man. Hell no. You ain't want eating eggs and chicken every goddamn day and taking protein, whatever you doing. I don't give a damn with you. Not in 2 years. I got a homeboy that's a bodybuilder. He was saying the same thing. Shit, last 2 I seen a picture from him 2 years ago to a picture now. He did put on a lot of muscle, but she ain't put on no damn 40, 60 pounds of muscle though.
Yeah.
Hell no. No, 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 no. Man, I've been saying that though. And I ain't even trying to discriminate his character or whatever like that, whatever they want to say or however they say it. But man, listen, I've been saying that. It's a lot of guys. I wasn't surprised with the whole Jarrell Miller thing because there's a lot of guys on it. But they ain't the only one though. You know what I'm saying? They
Hmm.
ain't the only one. It's a lot more. You know what I'm saying? And we know. And that is something that we do know. We know that.
And
So I mean,
Jarrell Miller, being that he didn't have an active license, so he pretty much was working the system a little bit. And once he was found out and all those tests came back positive, they kind of gave him a slap on the wrist. 6 months, and he'll be back in the shoot, ready to go. So it's possible we may see Jarrell Miller come back into the equation with the mix up here. I wouldn't mind seeing Jarrell Miller like stepping there with Dillian White or something like that or whatever. But I don't see him getting that shot again with Joshua anytime soon, especially how Joshua look coming off this bout with Ruiz. But yeah, the weight is a big deal. That's another thing I appreciate about the Bronze Bomber. He's coming in here 209, 205, and he's knocking fighters out that's 265, 270.
he's dropping them flat on their back. Man, I'll tell you this, man. D don't give a damn about how tall you are, how short you are, how big you are, how small you are, how fat you are, how slim you are. He don't care. When he say he gonna do something, he gonna do it. You know what I mean? He gonna do it. That's period. He don't give a damn about all that. He don't fault these guys. These guys complain about, oh, I was injured. Man, you know how many times D don't came into the ring injured? Injured? Man, this
He
man I'm
did.
talking about, man, I'm talking about broken coming to the ring with a broken arm, coming to the ring with a broken hand, third degree burns. You know what I mean? Like fighting through it though. But he ain't quit though. He ain't quit.
He
And
didn't
then
quit, man.
Joshua, man, and another reason why he looked the way he looked, because sometimes when you come off that stuff and you was already having cardio problems, you was already having cardio problems. Shit. Somehow, somehow you get hit with some shit. Now, if you go back and look at the film. Now, this was after the first round. This motherfucker was breathing heavy.
Yeah, he was gas
See,
after the
I
first.
was looking at all this stuff. See, people just like to look at the fight. You got to look at the whole narrative. You got to look at everything. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how some people, parents, I don't know how everybody grew up, but my stepfather raised me. I was always taught to look out for my brothers and sisters. Look out for everything. Watch the people around you. Watch everything. Even when he started teaching me how to fight, look at everything. Look at his body language. Look at how he's moving. Look at his legs. Look at his chest. Well, does he have any marks on his face? Is he throwing the same hand more than once? You got to look at everything. But see, I feel like some people watch these fights, they listen to the commentators and get it all fucked up. You can't do that. You can't do that. But man, Joshua was breathing so heavy after the first round. I said, hell. I said, when we step on the gas, this shit is over with. And I be damned. What happened in the second round, second, third round?
Hey, and speaking of looking at everything, that's a damn good point, Tay. Because I pretty much, um, as a media, I try to look, at both fighters and try to get assessments. And one thing I understand about Joshua that he did reciprocate even from the Klitschko fight. He loves spitting out his mouthpiece for extra time.
Yeah, man. That was sad too.
Yeah, he spit out his mouth. He spit out his mouthpiece there, Tay, against Vladimir Klitschko. And then when he fought Joseph Parker, he ended up ripping the tape off his glove and just took his own time out.
Yeah, he took it. And I felt like he tried to pull the same shit the other night.
Yeah, he did. He spit out his mouthpiece the other night. Yeah.
Bro, you're not at home no more, bro.
He ain't, man.
You're not at home no more. So, and another thing that disturbed me besides all that, I was looking at the scorecards. They still had it 56, 57. Ruiz was up on 2 cards, all except one, but it was 56, 57 on 2 cards. And on the other card, they had Joshua winning. First of all, how in the hell is the scorecards that close? And second of all, why is he's not winning all the round? Because Joshua didn't win. He didn't win because he was knocked down in the set with technical knockout in the 7th round, right?
Yeah, he was put down like 4 times, man.
That's
Joshua.
What I'm saying. So
10-7 rounds, shit.
That's what I'm saying. The 4th round, 5th round, 6th round, he lost all those rounds. I don't understand. Man, I don't know what these commentators and these judges be doing, but that's how you know, man. Everything is given to that boy, man.
Eddie Hearn set up the gauntlet, to try to come on here to the U.S. work out.
Man, you know how I go, man. And I was just looking at some of these people comments on the show right here, man. It's crazy, and everybody agreeing with me. I appreciate everybody agreeing with me, but I'm not gonna tell you no lie though. I'm gonna speak straight facts, and I'm not gonna speak it from what I see. I'm speaking from what I know. I'm in the circle. You know what I mean? I know what's going on. I know my brother. You know what I mean? And then at the same time, to put myself in someone else's shoes, like a different fighter. I know their situations. You know what I mean? I know their situations too. So it's like, I'm not fooled. I'm game. I'm very game. I know what's going on.
That's what's up, man. I mean, he's been doing what he's supposed to do as a champion, man. And I believe a lot more people are opening their eyes wide enough and listening attentive enough to see that, okay, maybe we should start putting our support behind, the Bronze Bomber. He is that guy, because when I see them glorify, people always want to talk about his hating, or, when you get black media up here, they'll say, well, you're just supporting the fighter because he's black. But look, Andy Ruiz, he win the titles, and then they say, oh, he's just, his story, his backstory is so amazing, and he's a family guy and everything. I understand that. But what I got a problem with is you not using the same narrative about the Bronze Bomber, though. You know what I'm saying? You act like this man don't have no kids. He didn't start boxing because he has a daughter with spinal biff. He wasn't out there sleeping in trucks. He ain't grinding. We just don't hear that same narrative about the U.S. heavyweight champ. That's all I'm saying.
You want to know why they don't use the same narrative? They don't use the same narrative because they don't like his style. That's all what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. But long as I've been living, I think D might be a year or 2 older than me. You know what I mean? But long as I've been living, long as I've been watching boxing, I never wanted to see just a boxing match with the heavyweights. I always wanted to see a knockout. Because you know why? When I was coming up, during the era I got introduced to boxing, every time I watched a fight, it was always a knockout. Always. That's what I was used to. I didn't want to see get guys pity pat like they in the fucking welterweight, lightweight in my division. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
always seen knockouts. I remember Mike Tyson fighting. My hometown hero, Evander Holyfield. I watched them guys fight. They went to war trying to knock each other out. I ain't seen no fights go 12 rounds. I might have seen, I can count. Well, I'm not gonna say that lot, but I have seen where fights end early, very early. Of course, Tyson. I seen Evander end some fights early. I remember Foreman ended some fights early. So I mean, I got a chance to watch a lot of guys, man. A hell of a lot of guys. It was a lot of guys who's not built like Joshua. It was a lot of guys who are built like Joshua, but they can actually box. And I know some guys who wasn't built like Joshua that had man, they all had different styles. But guess what? At this point that era right there, I didn't see a lot of guys going 12 rounds. I seen a lot of knockouts. I seen more knockouts than I seen 12 rounds. So if some, I guess this new generation of boxing or whoever the politics is in boxers, man, they need to wake up. They need to wake up. Cause me, like in this talk, I'm a young guy. You know what I mean? I'm young, bro. And I seen knockouts. So now y'all, he doesn't have the technique. This is, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. D smarter than what a lot of people think. D can move better than what a lot of people think. You just don't pay attention, so you wouldn't know. The only, like I say, you gotta pay attention to detail. See what I'm saying? You gotta pay attention to detail. A lot of people don't pay attention to that detail. They don't pay attention to it. They pay attention to the windmill. They pay attention to the right hand. D got a lot of stuff that a lot of people probably miss because they too arrogant or too flamboyant not to even try to understand what's really going on, man. Like, come on, bro. Like, and if you ask our brother Malik Scott, man, he's a boxing genius. Shit, he watched my fight, told me what I did wrong, I fixed it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He could just look at different things. It's certain things that people don't see when you're inside the ring. How crafty you are. You got to be crafty. D do a lot of crafty things. If D didn't have, look, put it like this. If D wasn't a crafty, he didn't have no footwork or he don't have no technique. How shit, he caught Ortiz early with the fifth, what was the fifth round in Barclays?
Yeah. The first time, fifth round. Yeah.
And Ortiz is very slick. He's very crafty. You know what I mean? So, like I say, you got to be, come on, man. You got to give credit where credit is due. It may not be how you expect it to be done, but it's done. And that's the thing I don't understand, man. That people just so, I don't understand it, man. But maybe it's not for me to understand. Maybe it's just for D to keep showing people, improving people. But he's showing it time after time after time. He's doing it time after time after time. So that's why I'm just, now I just laugh. I get a kick out of it. Every time somebody, man, I wish brother get some more technique. And that just lets me know he don't know shit about my boxing.
Yeah. I always tell people like all these debates, right? When they always want to highlight once again, they canopy the fact that you just mentioned, Tay, about he need to tighten up on his technical skill set, right? So they always love bringing up Spilker name. They'll say, "Oh, Spilker was giving him the business before he got knocked out." But listen, it's how it went down. It takes it takes your ring IQ to set that punch up. It just wasn't the right hand. It takes your ring IQ to get the timing down to not Spilker out the way he did. It takes ring IQ to stop Johan Duapas, who's never been stopped before, and to stop him in 11th. You know what I'm saying? That takes motherfucking patience. That takes ring IQ. That takes discipline.
Ring IQ, that takes ring IQ, that takes patience, and that takes a person who knows exactly, a person who understands boxing, who understands how to do it. You know what I mean? That's all it is. People say what they want to say, but when he fought off Spilker, how long was it before he had faced a southpaw? Don't I don't even know how long it was. I know it was just like his first time in a long time, so of course he had to get used to it. When people say, "Well, he had a camp," okay, and sometimes, man, we don't see a southpaw every single day. Traditionally, more in boxing, more than likely you're gonna face an orthodox fighter.
Yeah.
So that's just traditional. So it's gonna take a little time, and then like sparring is a different speed than in the actual fight. So people got to take, they got to take that into consideration as well.
And then
So
they
like,
turn around for
man,
King Kong Ortiz that day. Oh, that's a southpaw, but this much better than Spilker. He gonna be the one. You know, this is the Cuban, fighter that's gonna set fire to the bomb squad. You know what I'm saying? And for the first 2 or 3 rounds, until Wilder once again settling in on that ring IQ that's underappreciated, he started getting his timing down with Ortiz.
start getting this timing down with Ortiz, and man, and I'm gonna tell you this. I really shouldn't even be saying it, but I want to prove my point. When D was fighting, and I know D was sick. A lot of people don't know that D was sick. We actually had hung out. Maybe me and D hung out 2 weeks before he fought. D was sick then. He was coughing, stuff like that. He had mucus coming out. He was coughing all that stuff in the
That's
locker
why
room.
he came in at what 20 what for the Ortiz he
So I
came
think
in at
208.
205, right?
No, he came in 208, I believe. I think it
208,
was
yeah.
208, 209. It was one of them. And the crazy the crazy part about it was I said, damn. I said, I know D see that. I know he gonna see it, but I know he trying to work because Ortiz is very, very crafty. I kept saying Ortiz throw the double jab. He'll throw a double jab, he won't come none behind it. Only time Ortiz came with a triple jab and he'll throw a left hand behind it. I said, damn, D got to stand his ground on that because he was mixing it up so well. It was confusing me too, but I do know he wouldn't throw a punch after the double jab. But after the triple jab, he would throw a punch. I kept saying, I
Mhm.
said, damn, I know DC see it. It was so crazy, my brother. As soon as I said that, D hit him. He stood his ground off the triple jab through the straight right hand. That's what Buzz Ortiz. See, people didn't see that part. See, people probably and they probably looking at the audio right now, like, damn, what is he talking about? But if you go back and see that third round, well, not that third round, but if you go back and look at that, what rounds that was, he knocked him out in. Shit, I forgot.
10.
10th round. So you go back and look at the 10th round. Even I heard Malignaggi saying D got to stay in his ground. I heard him saying that, but that was before I even watched the video. I mean, watched it on TV. But I was saying to myself, I said, "Damn, D got to stay in the ground." As soon as he throw that triple jab, the left hand coming. But if he shoot the right hand, because when we're fighting the opposite of us, like if we're fighting a southpaw, their left hand when they throw their left hand, we normally throw our jab. When they throw
Mhm.
their jab, we normally throw our right hand. But Ortiz is Cuban, so I knew it was gonna look a little different. So D had to stabilize from his left hand coming and hitting him again because D did get caught with that in the 7th round. You know what I'm saying? So he had to throw the right hand, and boy was I right. He threw the Ortiz threw the triple jab. D came with the right, blue. Before you know it, clipped him, and it was over with.
Had that man on his knees drooling on the canvas, man. He was on a whole nother type of, you know, he was regurgitating some stuff. That was pain leaving the body, as they call it. I mean, weakness leaving the body, the way he dropped
D said
Ortiz.
D said he wanted to leave that man face down, ass up, and did he not do?
Yeah, he had him stop, man. And I like what he said, for all the fights that I had controversy. I want to write them, and so I'm just going to invite them back. I'm gonna go ahead and sign the fights, and I'm gonna come back and show and prove even that much more. So the first one in the shoot is King Kong Ortiz. Let's
Mm.
go.
Let's
Let's
go, baby.
go.
You on that, baby? Let's go. And I can't wait to be there. Um, I I know the dates, but I can't say the dates. And I'm not gonna say the dates. I'm not gonna say the venue, cause that's not my business to be putting it out there. But and I let the HNIC handle that,
Yeah,
and he will. But it's gonna be a exciting show, man. But we all know what happens when you let D get you a second time. We all know. You know what I'm saying? I really do think this would be Ortiz's last fight. So for all the Ortiz fans out there, be prepared, baby. This is his last rodeo.
I can see it now, man. Ortiz gonna get the business, man, for real. He's gonna get a good send off though. He's gonna get a real good send off.
A lot of people say, and it's funny because a lot of people say, "Man, I just seen you walking to the back room with Ortiz." Yeah, it's nothing personal. I can respect Ortiz because guess what? He did what all other men. Well, I say with some of the men What I mean by that is out of Klitschko, Joshua, um, those two, he did what those two wouldn't do, and that's step in the ring with him. You know what I mean? He
Yeah.
he 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 had some balls to step in. He dared to be great. Any man that dared to be great, I got so much respect for him. Not only did he dare to be great, he gave Deontay a hell of a fight. Not only that, he gave Deontay he gave Deontay uh, he gave Deontay problems that people thought would be a problem for him. If you get what I'm saying, basically what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, he answered questions that everybody had doubts about. So it's no doubts. Does he got a chin? Yeah, shit, man. The man went through. He was buzzed for fucking 40 seconds, damn near 40 seconds,
Taking punches.
taking punches, going through a whirlwind. You know what I'm saying? But like D told me, he said, "Bro, I was never hurt." See, that what people see. People got to understand boxing. I've been in there. I've been buzzed before. It's not like I'm hurt. I know what I'm doing. So I'm just trying to get everything together because hell, it's something you throwing something. You're trying to get me out of there. I'm trying to avoid all your shots. I'm trying to smother your shots. But you throwing so many. You trying to keep me busy. That's why. But D, people don't look at the technical side of it. D was smothering his punches. You know what I mean? He was walking forward. You know what I mean? Even when Ortiz has shifted, D shifted with him and laid him, trying to smother his punches. But people don't look at the technical part of that because they too vulnerable to even look at it, man. They only thing they in their head was, I hate for wild punches. You know what I mean? But it's neither here nor there, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy though, man. That the boy, man, the boy is a golden child, man. D, like D told me before, his grandmother told him, you know what I'm saying, he was anointed. His grandmother told him he was anointed. Man, D the type of person, you know what I'm saying, he'll believe in you if even if you don't believe in your damn self.
Hey, the great one mentioned, isn't it true that Wilder also had a hand injury sometime right before the Fury fight?
Yeah, he broke his arm. Yeah, he broke. I see that coming. Yeah, I seen that coming too. I wanted to dress, but yes, he broke his arm before the Fury fight. And I'm gonna tell you, this is how real D is. We got back to the dressing room. D was cool. D was cool. D knew he said out his own mouth, man. I know exactly what I did wrong. That's what I'm talking about. The ring IQ. D was so mad he wanted to get him out of there. I know D was mad. I talked to D the day before he went to LA. You know, there's some other issues going on, you know what I'm saying, that we had to talk about, you know what I'm saying, and brush the air with some other people, whatever, but that's about nothing here or there. But me and D stayed on the phone, I think it was like an hour and 15 minutes. But no, about an hour, no, it was about an hour and 25 minutes. Cause my girl was like, damn, baby, you gonna talk to me? But it was about an hour and 25 minutes. D was on the phone before he went out to LA and the fight Fury, whatever. And D was pissed. You know what I mean? Because we you know, the narrative that Fury was using, and it was some, you know, when me and D talk, man, we don't just talk about boxing, we talk about life things and things that I may not know. You know what I mean? Because D is very, very smart too. You know what I'm saying? And he talk about the culture and things of that nature. So it was something between the lines of that, but I can hear it in his voice. The day before he's flying to LA, he transformed into the bronze bomber. And I wish people stop saying that, you know what I mean, the delusional shit like that. This is the third. Man, if you never been around, you wouldn't understand. Literally, D mind is crazy, bro. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like, he really turns into the bronze bomber. And people are like, oh man, you just saying that because you one of his boys. No, I'm dead ass
I
serious.
tried to tell him. I tried to tell him when he
I'm
came
dead.
out the sprinter truck there, bro.
I'm dead ass serious, bro. And like, you can say the wrong thing, although you may not think it's wrong. You can say the wrong thing to D because he's not Deontay. He's Bronze Bomber. She gonna go off on your ass. I'm telling you. I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. That shit is real, man. People play with it they want to, man. That's how you know, and we all do. Even when I turn into the golden warrior, you know what I'm saying? And I can even my girl in the other room right now. You know what I mean? Like, shit, dog. Fight week, bro. I don't want to hear shit
Yeah, real talk.
for real. I'm not myself. You know what I mean? I'm not myself. D isn't either. But people, he delusional. He tried to. Wait, what's the disease when they say you two people?
Bipolar. Bipolar.
Bipolar. Hell, man, D ain't bipolar at all. D is one of the most genuine men you ever meet. I promise you that. That's on. I ain't saying that because I'm middleman or circle. I'm saying that because that's what it is, and that's been since day one. You know what I mean? That's been since day one, bro.
Well, I know this, Tay, man. I know you got things to take care of, bro.
Now
Hey,
we
for those,
good, bro. We good right
are we
now.
good? Okay.
Yeah, we
For those of you
good.
that's
I'm
tuned
looking.
in, I'm speaking with Tay Golden Warrior Jones. He's one of the members of Team Bomb Squad. I mean, not a fan of the Bomb Squad, like someone who just no, he's actually a fighter. He's actually known the Bronze Bomber for over 15 years, way back when. And I actually had the opportunity to cover one of his fights when Deontay came in, and Tay won his fight that night, and then I was able to do an interview with him and the Bronze Bomber. The team is tight. If you look at Showtime All Access, you probably seen him on TV. He was the one standing up there in the white, blue, and red jacket when Deontay was just waiting to do the walkout with Dominique Brazil. So he is on the team. He knew a lot about the champ. A lot of what he's saying isn't biased. I can kind of, caveat a lot about the champ being an approachable guy. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen him one time, be an asshole. When I hear people say he classless, like you saying the man is classless, like what is bringing you to that assumption? Where on the outside looking in, how can you make that assumption just from him doing promo media? You cannot make that assumption just because of bravado, just because he's promoing a fight. Just when you have Tyson Fury up here calling every one of his boxing compeers bums, call them shit houses. You know what I'm saying? That's Tyson Fury. Don't nobody say anything about a guy who's a former unified champion but never defended a single title. Before he went off, had his IBF belt stripped from drug use, and then went out about to have his other 3 titles stripped. Why? Because he tested positive for PEDs. You know, so you cannot respect a champion like that so much just because he's Brit. He's a UK fighter, and then you dog out a US heavyweight champion who's giving you everything you asked for. 9th title defense in devastating fashion. Devastating. Just like all the rest. Laid down all his opponents, including Tyson Fury. Now, Tyson Fury, he can get the accolade and get the hand clap for getting up the 12th round. Kudos. You know what I'm saying? He still got laid on his ass, though. Period. And a lot of people leading up to that fight was saying that if there's anybody who can give Deontay that one blemish on his record, it's going to be Tyson Fury. That's exactly what they said, because he was the one. He was a former unified champion. He defeated Vladimir Klitschko, and he was the one to get it done. And look what happened.
That's a damn shame. Just to go to the class point before I get to my next point, man. The class point, I don't understand that. I don't understand that just because D said what he said, and I'm gonna tell you like this, because I know he gonna see this interview, but he means what the fuck he say. He means that every bit of it. If he told you to shut the hell up, he means shut the hell up. If he tell you I love you, he means I love you. He's a genuine dude. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know, man. And I can't really stress it enough. I'm telling you what I know. You know what I mean? And people talk about class. Well, they start saying the whole classless thing because of what he said to Anthony Joshua. And so fucking what? I felt that too. You know what I mean? Here it is, 4 months of negotiation. I'm happy for my brother because I'm thinking, hey man, this shit really finna go down. I'm happy. I'm happy. You know what I mean? Only to find out that no, we don't want 50 million. Okay, well we'll take y'all 12. Oh well, we fighting Povetkin. The fuck? All right. Then before then, now you saying you want to. Now you saying that you want to Uh, you want to unify, you want to fight, you want to sit down. I've been trying to talk. I've been trying to talk to you. Come with something else. He's fighting. Oh, he's gonna fight. You hear Eddie Hearn? Oh, he's gonna fight. Eddie Hearn don't know what the fuck going on over here. He gonna fight Luis Ortiz. Then he gonna fight Adam Kawanaki. Eddie Hearn, shut the fuck up. See, that's the problem right there. You know what I'm saying? The problem is Eddie do all this damn talking. So when D address something, people get mad because it's not what they expected. You see what I'm saying? That's the
Yeah.
problem right there. That's the whole problem right there. Man, D don't just disrespect nobody for no reason. But he meant what he said. Josh was not he's not a earned champion. He is a paper champion. And everything was given to him. He ain't had to grind through the gauntlet like everybody else did. Period. So I mean, like, man, fuck Joshua. I feel the same way too. You know what I mean? And there's no hate. But most of this come from Eddie Hearn though. If he learn how to shut the head up, he'd be good. Before in the classic, man, Deontay, come on, man. We're talking about class. Then you go out with Deontay, man. Hey, how you doing? You good? Even when he called me, he asked me how my girl doing. I mean, how your girl doing? She good? Oh, where she at? She out of town? I mean, come on, bro. Like, come on. Ask me how my mama doing. You know what I mean? Ask how my daddy doing. You know what I mean? Come to my fight, take pictures with the whole building. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even when we go out, oh, you the champ? Yeah, baby, that's me. He don't even try to, shake him off like you see some fighters. Nah, that ain't me. I know a lot of fighters like that. I ain't gonna say no names because I don't name drop. Know a lot of fighters like that. Yeah, that's me. Oh, baby, man. Yeah, baby, man, that's me, man. And even in public. I remember one time dude was like, man, I think Anthony Joshua get you. He said, "Oh man, everybody got their opinions." He like, if you think it that much, just bet your house on it, baby. I bet y'all win. I bet y'all win your house plus more. How is that not? How is that not classy? That was very classy. Cause he could have said, "Fuck you, go about your day," but he
Yeah.
didn't. Still took a picture with the guy. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of stuff though, man. It's a lot of stuff, man. The man is very classy, class act. He'll go out his way to make, especially for children. Especially for children. D love kids, man. I'm telling you, D love kids, man. I don't see him, it ain't got nothing to do with race. I don't see him pick up Mexican babies, white baby, Caucasian babies, Japanese. I don't see him pick up my ball. You know what I mean? Remember, we was on the elevator one day. I think we was going. I think we was leaving from the condo. Somebody had a baby on there, talking to the baby. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, come on, man. Like, man, class act, bro. Class act. He ain't gonna act like he don't know what you're talking about. He gonna talk to you. I mean, you can stop and talk to him. He gonna talk to you. That's how he is, bro.
Yeah. I remember when
I'm gonna
Showtime
tell you
was on
what.
that.
I don't even mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
And
go
you
ahead.
can ask anybody in our crew, anybody that's listening right now, guys, anybody in our crew. Sometimes D just calls to just talk. He just calls to just talk. He'll talk till he get his point across. Sometimes you'll be like, God damn, hey bro, I'm finna go eat. I'm gonna call you back. That's how much of a genuine person. He's a regular person, bro. He regular person. Sit at the house, chill. He love his peace. As long as you don't bother his peace, he good. You know what I mean?
Yeah. When all access was on deck, he was walking up Flatbush, wasn't even really no security. I mean, it was crisp, but I'm just saying it was just like another day, man. He was walking to his store. Those of you that just tuned in, salute to you. Thanks for tuning in. And Deontay opened up a store off Flatbush over there next to the Barclays. Very nice store, man. You need to check it out. The gear's fire. He has a lot of stuff dealing with the bronze bomber to this day, and everybody was there for the opening and everything. It was a really big deal. So when we was doing the interview, we was asking them questions. The media was asking them questions and everything. And Shelly Finkel said, "We got to go." Even Deontay, if you look on there, he said, that was the last question. And then Deontay turned to the other media guy who had asked a question, but it wasn't answered yet. He said, "Hold up for a second. What you say?" And the guy was asking about the Ali documentary. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't that you? Wasn't that you? He said that too.
That was right before me. There was a guy
Okay.
right beside me. He said, "What did you say? Let me get this last question. What you say?" And then the guy said, Tell us a little bit about the Ali documentary. What did that mean? And that's when he was telling how special it was to be a part of that. And then Ali Kumbaya Ali,
Yeah, 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 yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So that's what type of dude he is, man. People need to digress from just thinking that he's less intelligent. He doesn't know what's going on. He reads social media. He knows what the fuck is going
Hey,
on.
look, 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 look. It's funny that you said that he reads social media. Real talk, man. People be so surprised that Deontay respond back to them on social media. Real talk, bro. One of my homeboys said, "Boy, hey, boy, your boy just responded back to me on Facebook, on not Facebook, but on Instagram." I'm like, "Who are you talking about?" He said, "But, Deontay, boy, that boy just responded back to me." But just to hear that joy in that man's heart, or just in that man's voice, I'm like, bro. In my head, I'm thinking like, why are you so happy? But I get it because a lot of people they don't respond back. Yeah, I can guarantee you right now, you can go on Deontay page, you go look through some of his comments. He's responding back to some of these people. He responds back, and this ain't nothing new. He's been doing this. So that's when they talk about class, man. It's crazy. I just like to say, man. People gonna say what they want to say, man. It is. I guess because I guess he's tall, he's black, he has a lot of tattoos, and he voices his opinion. They scared of. They scared of.
Well, it should be some type of fright there because the good thing about it, they don't have to stand across from the ring after the referee instruction. That's a good thing.
Yeah, most definitely. But hey, if y'all looking right now, I got my shirt on. I'm not sure if y'all can see it or whatever, but it should be popping up on there. But I got the shirt. Please go get your merchandise. The store is right next to the Barclays on Flatbush, as my boy Scotty say. But definitely go purchase the shirt. We got for men, women, and little kids as well. You know what I mean? Sweatshirts, hoodies, um, t-shirts, V-necks. We got all of it, man. Baby, go get it. You can also go on the website as well. All right, you go on the website, get your purchase in, baby. It's going up, baby. I'm telling you.
Yeah, for real, for sure, man. Y'all got to go check that gear out. And that store ain't going nowhere. It's gonna be there for a long time,
Hey,
man.
look, Scott. How about last night? I was at the gas station. It had to be here, bit about 11 o'clock, and a lot of people because this the new logo. A lot of people don't really know. Well, I gonna say a lot of people don't know, but people starting to see that logo. They're like, damn, Deontay had that on. So last night I'm walking into the store, dude, and he was in a black Avalanche truck. He said, "Hey, bro, where you get that shirt from?" I laughed. I said, "I said, man, I'm part of Bombzquad." He said, "Oh, that's how you got that shirt, man. I've been looking for that shirt." I said, "Hey, boy." I said, "Hey, go on the website." He said, "What the website?" I went to go type it in on his phone for him. He said, "Boy, I appreciate that." Boy, he said, "Man, you with Bombzquad for real?" I said, "Yeah." He said, boy, that country motherfucker can hit." Yeah,
He is
man.
out of Tuscaloosa. It's country.
Yes, sir, baby. Yes, sir. He is, man. But he also resides in Atlanta as well, though. You know what I mean? And hopefully, just hopefully, we can have a fight coming up here in Atlanta. I can't speak too much on that, but hopefully,
Woo.
I think I think it'll happen soon too.
Damn, that would be fire, man. We need that down here
Yeah.
in
Oh yeah,
ATL,
but
man.
I'm oh boy, I'm gonna show my ooh. Yeah, I'm at home too, baby. Oh yes, sir. Yes, sir, baby. Let's get it going. Yes, sir. I would
Only place
love
for
that.
that'll be Mercedes Benz. That's the only place that can go down. Shit.
Man, listen, boy. Mercedes Benz. What's the other little one next door to it? The house arena, whatever.
Yeah,
House
yeah,
arena. Shit, whatever, baby. Let's get it popping, baby. Yes, sir. Here in Atlanta. Oh man, Dia set the city on fire. Won't even know. I bet you we
for
do better
real.
numbers than Vegas.
Yeah, I believe it, man. Though boxing is a bit, quiet at times down here. A lot of boxing does happen down here in the A, but it's not as loud as I would want it to be, or erratic enough for people to just tune in. I know if the Bronze Bomber step down here in the A for a fight, man, it'll rejuvenate. It will. It'll rejuvenate what I know about ATL, man. A lot of people start tuning into the sport.
Hey, see, like I'm looking at one of these comments. So you see how the UK fans jumping on Joshua as well. That's what I'm talking about, baby. It's
Yep.
crazy, man. You say Joshua quit. He did. He did. He did. He quit. He quit, man. The man quit. And that's to me, man, that's one thing you don't never do. You never quit, man. You man, like I think I tweeted out or I wrote it on my Instagram or something. I done been knocked down in a fight. I done been knocked down in sparring. I done been knocked down in life. But one thing I ain't never do, one thing I never do was quit. That's one thing I ain't never did was quit. It been plenty of times I don't want to quit. You know what I'm saying? I think D told a story on 78 Sports Talk the other day. I think D said something between the lines that he never told nobody this, but it's minute he had a gun in his lap one day. He had a gun in his lap one day, going through the things that he go through because D is normal. But he ain't never quit though. He could have, but he did it. Same thing with me. It's plenty of days I want to say, man, fuck this. I want to get the hell out of here. But I ain't never quit. I go through shit every day. I go through shit every day, man. But I ain't never quit. And I ain't gonna quit. But just to see another champion quit, man, dog, that's very disturbing, man. That motherfucker quit, bro.
Yeah, he did, man. I know a lot of people getting behind, that he got knocked out by Joey and all that, trying to lay anything and everything. I'm just looking at some of his habits that went down in that fight. They pretty reminiscent of what I've seen previously, though. Like some of his bad habits, are the same way he fought in previous fights. So, him not being able to cover up or just allowing Andy to dictate the pace of the fight every time Joshua threw a 1-2, all Andy Ruiz would do is just return like a 6 to 8 punch combination and just have his way with Anthony Joshua.
Man,
But
listen. They can't take nothing away from Andy. Andy did what he's supposed to do, and he did it.
yeah,
Well, was the funny thing about it, I think I had fought May 4th, May 5th, something like that. Because I know it's been about a month. I think yesterday or today made a month, right? So he fought 2 weeks before I fought. He fought a Russian guy. I think the Russian guy was 6'7", or he might have been 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", one of them. He fought a Russian guy. I seen Andy Ruiz totally beat this man. So I'm like, damn. I said, damn. I ain't never, besides the Joseph Parker, I was like, damn. Andy still look good. That's what I said to myself. And I'll be damn. A couple of weeks later, they say Joshua replacement will be Andy Ruiz. When they first announced that fight, I said, boy, I don't know about this fight for AJ. That's what I said to myself. I even told my coach, Coach Mustafa, I said, Coach, I don't know about this fight for AJ. You want me to tell you what my coach said? He said, boy, Andy's gonna stop Joshua. Me personally, I told Deontay, I said, I think it's gonna be a split decision. Deontay thought it was gonna be a decision. But Deontay also told me this. He said, Joshua can punch. I mean, not Joshua. He said, Andy Ruiz can punch. So with my coach saying that, Deontay saying one thing, and what I thought, I said, damn, I'm gonna give him a chance for a knockout, but I'm not gonna call it. I'm gonna just say split decision. But boy, that motherfucker can punch. He can punch.
they punch him volume too.
Exactly. But he did the same thing to the Russian. That what made me think like, damn, he ain't scared because Joshua tall. See, the only thing I was really worried about, and Dia tell you, the only thing I was really worried about was Ruiz taking the dive. You know what I mean? Trying to keep up with the same narrative of D knocking out Brazil in the first
True.
round and Joshua getting a first round knockout. See, I was just thinking about that. I was like, damn. And I was scared to bet some money. You know what I'm saying? I know scared money don't make no money, but I was scared to bet some money. But I was willing to bet some money. And I should have went with my first mind because I knew. I said, man, I like this fight for Ruiz. But for Joshua, I don't like this fight. I said, I don't like this fight. I said, it can be quite upsetting. See, I had to go on split decision with Ruiz. That's what I had scored. I said Ruiz split decision just because I seen Ruiz fight that 6'7" Russian. Now, if he can take punches for a Russian, we all know Russians are heavy-handed. We all know that. So I was thinking to myself, like, ooh, I don't know. I'm like, man, it's gonna be This might be a fight Joshua lose, and boy, was I right.
Yeah, he lost bad, real bad,
I
man.
don't give a damn about none of that sparring shit. You know, they said it was the week of the fight. The hell you doing sparring the week of the fight? I don't
What
give
you
a
what
damn.
you what you doing sparring 8 days out, man? I just can't
Come on, man.
get
That don't
behind that. Eight
come
days
on.
out, hard sparring. Come on,
That's
that's
crazy,
stupid as
man.
hell.
Like that's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? Like nah, man. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, man. And another thing, you know, Joshua don't move his fucking head either, bro. You know, he's sandstone feet. He don't move. You can even look at the fight. He had no kind of footwork. He was getting his ass walked down by the shorter man. Man, like, man, get the fuck out of here with people talking about he could beat my brother. I don't, man. Fuck that. Hell no. Cause one thing about it, if D touch your ass one good at a time, you gonna feel it. Just like when Brazil thought he was shaking off that damn left foot. No, Brazil felt that shit. That's why he was shaking his head like, no. That bitch wanted to goddamn drop to his knees then, but he had too much heart. So D had to go. When D seen that bitch in him, when D seen that bitch in him, he went to go get it. I'm telling you, if D found 1 ounce of bitch in you, he gonna go get it. Cause I'm the same way. Everybody in the crew the same way, baby.
Yeah, I remember Dominique Brazil smiling at that first flurry that happened between them, and he was like trying to say, like, man, he was smiling like, "Oh yeah, I survived that. You ain't got nothing for me." Then the
Man,
rest
anytime
is
a motherfucker shake their head no, anytime I don't give a fuck what any fighter say, we all know. You shake your head no, oh yeah, you felt that. It may not have hurt, but you felt it. But in Brazil case, that shit hurt. That motherfucker wanted to drop in.
oh for sure. I want to ask you about this, man. It's around your weight class, bro. You know, kind of changing up a little bit to a different
uh-huh.
weight class. You know, the welterweight division. You know, we've been looking for a unification bout, and a lot of people kind of disappointed at what's been going on, especially with the heavyweight division now not being able to get Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. But when it goes to the welterweight, it's been a lot of chatter with Terrence Bud Crawford and Errol Spence. But then we end up getting, you know, right back to the scheme of, you know, Sean Porter saying at the end of his fight with Danny Garcia that Errol Spence is going to be the easiest fight to make. So now I'm hearing Errol Spence at first has said that he was going to entertain the fact to fight Sean Porter, but now he's going for the big ticket, which he stands to make possibly 20 million fighting Saul Canelo Alvarez, going up to 160.
Oh shit, for real?
So he's you know, Kenny Porter was just out here saying, hey, for those of you out here, you YouTubers, he call us YouTubers, you YouTubers, why don't you go tell Errol Spence we signed the contract? You know, we signed the contract. We waiting on him. And Errol Spence put it out there. He's not fighting in August. He's not gonna fight in August. The word is he's waiting for Canelo Alvarez to go up 2 weight classes and try his bid there, man. Just like Mikey Garcia did for that big payday of 20 mil.
Man, you wanna know what's funny to me? It's funny that we on this subject because you know when we was in Brooklyn, what that was 3 weeks ago now. We was in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
Uh, Earl Spence Hotel. I mean, Earl Spence room was directly across the hall from mine. Now, from his exact words, how the conversation went, I was downstairs. I was coming back up from getting a haircut Saturday, the day of the fight. I was getting a haircut. I came back to the hotel. I'm going upstairs. I'm on an elevator with a couple guys. He say, bro, you know, your boy Earl Spence here. I said, oh, for real? He said, yeah. He said, man, he was just downstairs. I seen him when he walked in. I said, oh, okay, that what's up? He said, y'all boys ready for the night? I said, yeah. And he said, man, who you got between Terrence Crawford and Earl Spence? I said, man, Terrence Crawford ain't fight Earl Spence. I said, Earl Spence fighting Sean Porter. He said, well, who you got? I said, man, I said, I don't. I said, man, you know, I roll with Earl. I said, but I'm rolling with Earl, but it'll be a good fight. And then the dude said, yeah, man, I think it'll be a good fight too. Man, Earl Spence came out his room and said, but that ain't gonna be no good fight. So you know what I mean? He came out his room because, like I said, his room was directly across from mine. He said, man, that ain't gonna be no good fight. And I'm like, oh shit, what's up, Earl? You know what I mean? We talking. But just to see Earl, I'm like, damn, this motherfucker's big. And he really is big, bro. But I mean, if you ask me, I'm gonna go, you know, I know majority of everybody gonna go with Canelo. That's fine, that's cool. But And I think I wanted to stop you on this earlier, but I just feel like we don't support our own background fighters as much and our own ethnic background fighters as much. You know what I mean? If people get the wave of what I'm trying to say, like, although I am African American, I'm going to support my African American brother. I mean, that's just what we do. You know, I'm not racist at all. I got my best moments came from hanging with the Caucasians. You know what I mean? So I'm not racist at all. But I'm just saying, in this sport here, this is one sport right here where Floyd fighting Pacquiao, everybody went with Pacquiao. Floyd was fighting Canelo, everybody went with Canelo. You know what I mean? But once, what's the guy named? Who's the other guy who fought Canelo? Austin Trout. When Austin Trout fought Canelo, people was going with Canelo. You know what I mean? I mean, damn. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Why you never support your own? So me personally, I'm gonna go with Earl. My reason being because I know Earl is the only guy to ever black Floyd Mayweather eye. And Canelo was given a chance to do that, and you seen what Floyd did with him. You couldn't touch that boy.
Yep. He wasn't able to goddamn touch him, man. He got clinic.
And people gonna say, "Well, that was sparring." I don't give a damn if it was sparring or not. He was the only man to touch up Mayweather. He touched up Mayweather so bad he sent Mayweather ass home. I mean, Mayweather sent his ass home, and then they brought him back.
People talk about Spatafora too, because he happened to catch Mayweather at a point where I guess he was in between fights, and they have that sparring footage out there. Spatafora, I believe that was his name.
So that's just crazy to me, man. But yeah, I like Earl. I take Earl on that. I take anybody bet on that too. Anybody who want to bet on that, I'll take that bet.
Yeah, Canelo Alvarez and Errol Spence, man. If they make it official, that's gonna be fire, man. That's gonna do real good numbers. I'm telling you, that's gonna do real good numbers, man. We was talking just the other day, and we were saying possibly the Wilder versus Joshua may break the bank. You know what I'm saying? May do supersede the numbers. But now you have some fight potentials out there that may do the same thing. It's according to where the fight's going to be. Canelo and Spence. It has to be in the right place. And if Golden Boy has anything to do with it, where they're going to fight out of.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Yeah, they're gonna be the A side in that. Period. It ain't no other way around that. Oscar gonna be Canelo was the A side with Triple G when he didn't have a strap. So of course they're gonna damn be making the shots against Spence.
Yeah, I mean, if you ask me, man, that ain't no Spence. He had to go across the pond and take a belt. Shit, he'll do it again.
Absolutely. That's what I like about him going over there to fight Kell Brook too. But then, also, Tony Harrison looking forward to that fight, but he pulled out. He got to get surgery. So, Jamel Charlo, he's going in there against a last minute replacement. So I'm thinking now, is he gonna try to go in there and try to knock old boy out to try to prove a point? I mean, I hope not. I hope he looks different and improved. So when he does fight for that WBC belt, he'll
I
be
like the
able.
Charlos, man. So I don't really want to talk about them. I
Yeah,
like the Charlos. You know what I'm saying? They respect us. I respect them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So same way for Earl. I'll never say nothing bad about any of those. I also know Tony Harrison. Shit, Tony Harrison seen me fight. So um, and he's seen some things that it was crazy because Tony Harrison seen me do some things in my fight that he was doing. So I want to see both of those guys fight. I ain't picking no side because I like both. I like both of them guys, and as crewmates and as stable mates. You know what I'm saying? So, I respect those guys. I don't want to say too much about them, but I do see the back and forth going on. I do think that Charlo met his match. You know what I'm saying? Tony don't say much, but when he speak, he gonna speak his mind. You know what I mean? But
Who you see Errol Spence and Bud Crawford if that fight's ever made?
man, dog, I like both of them. You know what I mean? I like both of them. Man, I just think, people always say, well, man, it don't matter about, some people gonna say it don't matter about the size, it don't matter about the power, none of that. Boy, look, boy, Earl Spence different. Okay. Earl Spence different motherfucker now. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know Bud, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna talk no shit because I don't know him, but he fought one of my homies. He fought David Benavidez. Jose Benavidez. He had trouble against Jose Benavidez too now. So
Yeah,
let's not forget. Let's not forget. You know what I'm saying? Let's not forget. So I'm gonna go with Earl. I think, and I honestly think that Crawford and Jose Benavidez should run that back. That's what I think.
that'll be a good one. People pay to see that. You know what I'm saying? I
I'm
I
telling you,
actually enjoyed the fight, man.
that was a
Even though
good
his
fight.
leg,
Yeah, he gave little Crawford some he gave him some work now. Let's
yeah,
not
he did.
forget he gave Crawford some work, and a lot of people were surprised.
It's just with Joseph Benavidez, he did have that hurt leg, or got shot in, and end
That,
up working against him in the 12th round. So Terrence closed the distance and shot that uppercut, and ended up getting a stoppage.
yeah, I mean that shit that was nice though. You know what I'm saying? That was nice. You know what I mean? But the difference here, man, it's a big difference, man. He's not fighting a true welterweight. Earl Spence not a true welterweight. He's bigger than that. He can make the weight. You know what I'm saying? He's bigger than that, bro. The motherfucker. Okay, he's a hitter. This shit ain't 140, man.
Yeah. Speaking of lighter weighted class, did you see Javante in the gym today, man? How's that going?
I didn't see Javante in the gym today. He might have came after I left, but I don't know. I did. I definitely seen him yesterday. Um,
Javante down here in the A doing camp for his next fight in July. So
yeah, yeah,
he actually doing camp in the same gym Tay Jones trained at with Coach
yeah,
Mustafa down there.
yeah,
So
for sure.
yeah, he's down here getting it in.
Yeah, he down here getting it in. I seen him. He come in there a couple times, but man, um, I'm used to being around a champ trainer. You know what I mean? So that's that's really nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? They cool people. Don't get it wrong. They cool people. When I see them, I do speak. You know what I'm saying? I am a gentleman first. I am class act, so I do speak whatever. But me personally, I don't care who come in the gym. You know what I mean? I'm gonna focus on me and I'm gonna work. You know what I mean? But he is down here. But I'm used to it. I work around the champ. So I work around the champ every day, all day. You know what I'm saying? I talk to the champ every day. So that's nothing new to me. But it might be new to some other people, but to me, man, that's Tank though. Tank cool guy. He ain't never did none, said nothing out the way, did nothing wrong to me, so we good. You know what I mean? But when Tank come in, he do what he supposed to be doing, and I'm doing what I supposed to be doing.
That's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what it's about. Shout out to Coach Mustafa that's down there. Pretty much he's known he's a very technically astute coach. You check him out on IG. Tell them where they can check the coach out, Coach Mustafa out on IG there. Okay.
I think Coach Mustafa boxing on Instagram. If it's not that, I think it definitely is Mustafa boxing, a boxing training on Instagram. It's one of those, but you'll definitely see him. Shit, he got 100,000 followers.
Yeah.
You'll definitely see him. Or you can follow. You can go to my page __ Tay Jones _ on Instagram. You know what I mean? You'll definitely see me and Coach Mustafa on there. You also see my head trainer, Coach Cannon, on there, man. And that's just how it go, man. The thing about Coach Cannon, just speak on him a little bit. Thing about Coach Cannon, everybody always say, man, he know how to wrap hand. Hey, man, I want to fly him out here to wrap my hand. Or I want to do this. And Coach Mustafa, he's a student. He's like Mr. Scotty said, he's a student of the game, and he's also a teacher. So people see that on Instagram. He always putting up videos, or he always making videos. It's a video that he did for D, and I sent it to him. You know what I'm saying? So it's just different. He's a student of the game. He became real cool with Malik Scott, which is one of my Bombzquad brothers, and they talk. Um, One of his up and coming fighters, Matt Truck, he literally took Matt Truck from man. Listen, I remember when 3-4 years ago, shit, Matt Truck used to get out the ring. You know what I mean? Well, no, I won't say get out the ring. He would be in the ring, but it would be people beating on him. But it ain't like that no more. He got with Coach Mustafa. Now people getting out the ring with him. You know what I'm saying? So it's different though, man. Yeah, you just check out, y'all can check out Matt Truck. You know what I'm saying? Matt Truck. He also got another pro, Nate Weston. Just knocked out one of the top amateur guys when he was amateur, but this is pro. He took the fight like a week before. Shit, he knocked him out second round. So man, it's been we just been doing our thing with Coach Mustafa and Cannon, man, and we just gonna keep it going. But like I say, man, y'all can follow him on Instagram. I think it's Coach Mustafa Boxing or Mustafa Boxing Training is one of those. You can follow myself __ Tay Jones _. You got Matt Truck _Matt Truck, and you got Nate Weston. You got Coach Cannon at OC Cannon. So I mean OC the Great. I'm sorry, but definitely if you follow me, you'll definitely see them guys on your page, on my page. So definitely follow Coach Moo though. Coach Moo, Coach Cannon, those my guys, man. We in a marathon. We still running right now.
No doubt, man. Hey, I appreciate you dropping in there. Tay Golden Warrior Jones, hey, aka Team Bomb Squad, man, with the crew.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for
Yes,
all
sir.
the insight with the WBC heavyweight champ. You know what I'm
Most
saying?
definitely.
That's residing right here on home soil in the US. I appreciate that. It's always a pleasure to cover greatness, man. And y'all, as y'all move like a unit, man, and y'all setting and representing the sport the way it should be, for everyone that's not privy to be a part and see the champ in person, man. Him and his team set the example the way it should be. So, hey, salute to y'all, man. Y'all continue to grind, continue to win, train hard, blood, sweat, and tears. And, I look forward to coming down there again and doing some little media down there, while you down there training. And also,
Almost definitely.
I definitely look forward to seeing the Bomb Squad in the ring again.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be real soon too. I don't like to say it's not my business to say the dates, but just knowing about 3 months it's gonna be on. 3-4 months it's gonna be on and popping. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be another dramatic knockout. You know what I'm saying? Bro gonna deliver. And it's gonna be exciting, man. Shit, don't this time definitely don't go get no hot wings, no nachos, no popcorn. That all the text messages I got, people telling me they couldn't finish their nachos, popcorn, and hot wings. They couldn't even get one bite. The fight was over. Definitely this time, man, just have your eyes glued to the TV because if you blink, you're gonna miss it. Just like you did last time. And man, one other thing I would just like to say, man, for the ones who don't know, man, just give bro a chance. Give bro a chance. Really look at what he's doing in the sport. Let him marinate. You know what I'm saying? Take out what everybody else is saying. Make your own conclusion. Make your own opinion. You know what I'm saying? I feel like bro need his flowers now because what he's doing, nobody else is doing. He's not scared to fight. He definitely wanted to fight Joshua. We tried many a times to fight Joshua. I just gave y'all the whole story of how it went down, man. Like, and I don't have a reason to lie. You know what I mean? So, that's just what it is, man. Give bro his flowers now. Don't wait till he dead and gone and say, damn, I remember when Deontay Wilder used to knock motherfuckers out. No, man. Get that boy his praise now. Because get what? 41, shit. You got 41 goddamn knockouts. Shit, 41, that's hard to do, man.
41 to the head.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. That shit like an AK clip. Boom, 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 boom. Knocking everybody ass out.
Real. Hey, appreciate that, man. Let the champ know, man. World Combat Sports, always out here supporting him. Continue to do what he do, man. Continue to be great. Totally appreciate it. And until next time, man, you take it easy, bro. And this ain't the last time we'll be on here, but you know what it is, man. Salute from World Combat Sports, and I much appreciate it. And what you're doing out here. Thank you for the support, and the insight always, bro. And y'all take it easy.
Yes, sir. You too. I appreciate you as well.
All right, man. Salute to you.
Salute.
Yeah, everybody that's tuned in, the great one. Appreciate the hanging around, man. I know I have 8 in the building. Y'all smash that like button. Thanks for all the comments. And everything. That was one of Bomb Squad members who's been around the champ for a long time. And I tell you, good people, they good people. So, when it comes to me and what I cover on here, when it comes to Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, WBC heavyweight champion, I can actually say that I've seen his goodness, man. I've seen how respectful he is. And, I don't need permission to sit up here and write an article or cover the champ. I get in where I fit in. If I'm able to cover them, I cover them, and I'm definitely going to go up here and let it be known that more people should not just jump on this so-called bandwagon, but y'all should really, understand who he is and support him, man. Get behind him because of his performances, from what he's doing in the heavyweight division, how he's representing. We can say to this day, but why did he go in and say to this day? It was a reason behind that. He was standing up for history. He pretty much felt like it was pretty much stupid for the reporter to ask the question what he did when it came to slavery. 400 years, and we still struggling to this day. We are. We still struggling to this day to improve. So when he split the ropes, I would say this: Deontay Wilder don't even split the ropes. He go over the top rope. I would say that he goes over the top rope. So y'all have the right to support whoever you want to support. Real talk at the end of the day. But I'm just saying it's a lot of backlash that always precipitates down on the champ for his every word. And I'm not sure why, with the English language, one of the most fragmented, languages that we speak today, it's so many different ways on how we just distort it and make it all grainy. And we really shouldn't be paying attention to trying to find a bad to everything that comes out of his mouth, when there's been other people that have said much worse. And even then, this is a sport of boxing. This is a hurt business, y'all. Y'all know how it go down. This is the hurt business. If you had a champion here that was too soft, you were like, man, that dude's soft. I just don't understand how he winning like that. And then you get a champ that's backing up his words. He's going out there in devastating fashion. He's basically sat down and reclined all his opponent. I call it canvas decoration. Because he's pretty much set all his opponents down to the canvas. It's a lot to accept with that. Kudos, man. Celebration. Real talk. That was some special shit for me to be able to cover the champ and interview him and everything, man. Because that's greatness right there, man. Before it's all said and done, at the end of the day, he's gonna set some bars, man. I'm telling you, he's gonna set some records in boxing. He's gonna etch his name, continue to etch his name, and do things in the sport of boxing that is truly respected, and people are gonna speak on it from years to come. So I do believe it will come a time when he fight for the unified titles. I truly think it's gonna come that right time that he's able to fight for the unified titles. At this moment, he's taking care of business his way on his time. So now Anthony Joshua, if by chance he's able to return and fight Andy Ruiz, it is what it is. That's what he has to worry about. Joshua has to come back here and rebound. He has to be that freaking Lennox Lewis. He has to be that Ali. He has to come back and defeat the individuals that defeated him. Joe Frazier gave Ali his first loss. Oliver McCall gave Lennox Lewis his first loss. He has to demonstrate to those who support him that he's able to come in here and rebound, and he's a true champion and get those titles back. Because I don't see Andy Ruiz slacking down at all. When you got a Mexican fighter and Mexico behind you, it's gonna be difficult for him to even think about, even in his thought process, man, to come in here and perform any less than what he did initially. He's gonna come in here full force, man. He gonna turn it up just even that much brighter. He's gonna break his body down that much more. And he's gonna go in here and try to stop Joshua once again, because he have it etched in his mind right here. This is what I did. I made history. I'm the first Mexican heavyweight. Period. I'm in the history books. Whenever they talk about the first Mexican heavyweight, they're always going to say Andy Ruiz Jr. June 1st, upset Anthony Joshua for the unified titles. The WBA, WBO, IBF, and IBO. He did it. So with everything else that's going on, that's up to them to figure out. If he did, in fact, was doing heavy sparring 8 days out, I find that a bit delusional, to be honest. And I would question his team. I would question his trainer and everybody else that had anything to do with knowing the magnitude of this bout, going in here at Madison Square Garden to have him in heavy sparring 8 days out from a bout. It makes no sense to me at all that you would be 8 days out sparring that hard. It really don't make any common sense to me. It doesn't even seem logical. I know Robert McCracken has been around here for quite some time, so I can't even assume that he would even co-sign on that. That's all I can say on that, man. It makes no sense at all, bro. So anyway, that's all I got, man. Shout out to Team Bombzquad. Shout out to Tay Golden Warrior Jones for stopping through today. He's down here in the A, man. Shout out to the WBC champ Deontay Wilder, man. Continue to grind, continue to, make those moves in boxing. Continue to set the example. Continue not to give a damn about any of those naysayers out there and critics that continue to critique everything negative about what you're doing. That's setting a positive example to a lot more people than they give you credit for. Continue to grow, blossom, continue to excel in the ring. Continue to, let your family know you are the king over there. You know what I'm saying? You're moving as a king. You don't need everybody else to co-sign if you're a king. You pretty much know that. You know that all the way, what you're doing. And we salute you out here, man. World Combat Sports salute you for, being great. So continue to do that, man. I want to see you shine. Hopefully I'm able to, be at that next bout. Not sure where it's at, but definitely if I can make it, I will be there. Everybody else that tuned in, be sure to, support. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, IG. One love for stopping through today. Always be sure to turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. I'm out. Salute to you.